In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I made our applesauce and how I made some apple butter. Evelyn's going to help out today. We are going to wash these apples. We're going to cut them up. We're going to add them to the Instant Pot, and I'm just going to add these to jars. We're not going to can them out today, but we're just going to put them in jars and we're going to put them in the fridge for another day. With today's video, we're going to go over how I'm going to process these apples. So a little backstory with these apples. A friend of ours just got started raising some chickens, and they started wanting to invest their time into having chickens and just have a couple hens so that they can have some fresh eggs every day. And we kind of helped them out this last spring with getting some chickens. So they ended up recently moving into a different place and bringing their chickens with them, and wanted to get a couple more chickens. So they brought over all of these apples and I bartered with some chickens. So that is something me and Lauren like to do a lot with some of our skills and things that me and Lauren do. So as for me with cutting hair, I will barter for different things with cutting hair. I have a product that I use all the time for my laundry soap. If you guys are new to my channel, we use goat soap laundry soap. I make my own laundry soap out of using soap shreds from a local area that sells goat soap. They raise their own goats and they sell all of their products, and that's how they make their money, and it is awesome. So I give him a haircut and he brings me over some soap shreds or some laundry soap already done. So that is kind of what we do with our bartering and stuff like that. Lauren does electrical work. My husband does electrical work. Sometimes he will barter for services for different products and different things that we use around our house. So we like to do stuff like that. I will do other things for people too with bartering, as in maybe making some food items or whatever, I can do to help someone out. And then we kind of just maybe change out food or different things or services from each other. I have friends that the people that gave me the apples actually came over one time and helped with our steer that we have now and helped ban him. So we turned him into a steer. And they helped with that. And then I will do eggs and stuff and barter with eggs. And I have a neighbor that will barter for some, meat that they have. And I will do haircuts or give eggs or whatever we can to save on money and do stuff like that. So we enjoy that. So I was able to get all of these apples clean. I was just cleaning up what was maybe just not some good things that we wanted in the applesauce. I just went through. Evelyn ended up coming and cutting up some apples, and then Nash, I think, ended up coming to help with that also. So here's where I kind of messed up with the Instant Pot. I added all the apples that I could add to my Instant Pot. I added my water, and then I think I added like a half a cup of sugar, and that's all I needed to really add, besides a little bit of cinnamon. You don't really need to add sugar if you don't want to, but I added just a little bit and then just added my cinnamon to it. I forgot to put in the rubber seal to my Instant Pot, and I ended up cooking it just for about 2 to 3 minutes without the seal on, and it just didn't pressure under high pressure. It ended up working out anyways. I do have another video that's going to come out with us making more applesauce. We went apple picking and we were able to get more apples to make more applesauce. But today we are going to make applesauce and apple butter, and we're going to process it just a little bit different and different ingredients for that. So here I'm just scooping everything up. You can peel and core your apples if you don't want any of the peels on your apples. Here I'm going to strain it out just a little bit to not have anything left over, and I find that worked out pretty well. My next video that I share with you, I ended up not straining it out, and the kids said that there's still a little bit, a couple pieces that were left in there that they didn't really like. So I think next time either I peel and core them, or I just strain it out again and make it extra creamy. So with this applesauce, these I think were Macintosh, and I didn't have a mix with these, but my other apples that I got for my next video, we have a good mix of all different kinds that we got at apple picking place. All right, so now we're moving on to the apple butter. I ended up putting in pretty much this rest of this bag of brown sugar, some vanilla. I only have Mexican vanilla on hand right now, so I poured about maybe like a teaspoon in there. And I added, I think, a cup or two of water. And that was pretty much it for the apple butter. And then I ended up cooking it for 3 minutes on high pressure. But like I said before, I didn't have my seal in, so it just ended up cooking the way it was. Oh no, for the apple butter, it was 15 minutes. So that's what I did. So I let it cook down. Now we're going to move back to the applesauce. I'm going to jar everything up. I did not have time to do like a water bath with these. But I will be sharing that in my next video on how I jarred up or canned up some applesauce. We went through this applesauce so fast. My kids loved it. It was so good. It was sweet and tart, and it was delicious. So if you're going to make applesauce, you don't need to keep one kind of apple. You can mix up your apples. You can get different kinds, and that'll taste good. Also, I ended up, I'll show you in a little while, but I ended up adding some ice cream and warm applesauce on top of the ice cream. I am not an ice cream person, but I thought it would taste so good to add it to some ice cream. All right, so I'm going to finish up here and get these jars filled, and then we are going to move on to the apple butter. You'll see that the color in both of them are just a little different, and I'm sure it's probably because of that brown sugar in the mix. So I'm going to finish up here, and we are going to be having some ice cream with some warm applesauce. So here is the applesauce already done. I have the apple butter in the Instant Pot right now. So I have 6 more minutes before that is done. And then I will jar that up. I am not going to pressure can these or do anything with these for right now. I didn't even look into it to see how to even do it. Just put these in the fridge. I just had some with ice cream, which was really good. So I have about 4.5 smaller jars. We have apples on our tree this year, so maybe I can make more with the apples that we have, and next year maybe we will have more, and then I can pressure can them. So for right now, we'll probably just put it in the fridge and do that. And then as for the apple butter, I think I'm going to be the only one that's really going to like it, besides maybe 1 or 2 of the kids. Gonna eat it up the way it is, or maybe just give it out to someone that could use it. So But this was really, really easy to do. So I'm going to go over all of that throughout the rest of the video. I will put all the clips and everything in on how to do it. I know a lot of you guys are probably more familiar with using your crock pot, but I find that using the Instant is so much faster. You have the time for your crock pot for it to cook, you know, part of the day. So for the applesauce, it was only 3 minutes on high pressure. For the apple butter, it's only 15 minutes. So all you do is dump everything in there. You can add anything to taste. So for the applesauce, the lady that did it, she didn't add anything to her Instant Pot, but I did. So you can choose on what you want to do. And then as for the Instant Pot apple butter, I didn't add cloves. But you can add cloves. I will leave the recipes down below for both of the recipes, and you guys can give it a try and see how, you know, how easy it is. It is so easy, and that was awesome for me to be able to do that really quick and get that done. All right, so I'm gonna put in the rest of the clips on how I got both of them done. So I have a couple plants here. So I have these mums that I got at Walmart. When I first went to Walmart, I got this one. Evelyn picked it out, and it's $1.24, but it rang up as 25 cents. So when I went back, I ended up getting another one for my mom, and that one came up to 25 cents. I wanted to buy a bunch of them, but these came up as $1.24. So I think it was just the yellow ones that were a little cheaper. And then, so I have the red, the orange, the yellow, the pink, and the white. I only have 2 buckets for these, or 2 pots that I can put these in. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to get all of this done and then jar up the apple butter. And that should be our day today. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I will put the rest of the clips in here. so I'm done with everything that I wanted to get done today. So the baby chicks that I transferred into the she shed, they were out in our garage for a little period of time, and I've said in other videos we don't want them in the garage anymore just because of the smell and the upkeep of having them in the garage. We want them out in the she shed. Lauren is getting that ready for me to be able to have baby chicks out there, but we are very late in the season, so we you can come in, I'm sideways. We are really late in the season, and usually I wouldn't have baby chicks right now, but I had to do some reviews for incubators and stuff lately, so you know, it's not that big of a deal, but we just don't want them in the garage anymore. So I needed to do that. The apples that I got yesterday, some of them were pretty bad and some of them were still usable, so I threw them out to the animals today. I gave them to the pigs, to the chickens, and I don't think I did any to the goats, but sometimes I have done that in the past where I've given the goats cut up apples. We do have fresh apples on our tree, but I don't think we have enough right now for us to use for ourselves, as in making apple butter and applesauce yet. So maybe next year, maybe if we get a little bit more in the next coming month, then maybe I will make a batch of applesauce with that. So that's exciting. Last year we only got, how many apples last year? Maybe one, but I don't think it was even, no. So this year they look pretty good. I was going to take a clip on that when I was down there. I'll go back down there. So I will add that in one of the clips. I'll go back out there and quick do a little video on what they look like. So they're getting there. But for today's video, hopefully you enjoyed what I shared with you guys today. This is just a little glimpse in our life with animals and things that I am learning too. But other than that, that was everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.